Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly. This is Grizzly True Crime, and guess what? The jury has reached a verdict. They deliberated for 3 hours and 45 minutes or so. Okay, let's hear it.
All right. Thank you.
I told you guys I just needed to
The
crack open
jury
a Red Bull.
actually, they sent a note out that says, we have reached a verdict. I'm on 6. Mr. Hathaway? Yes, Your Honor. This will be filed as Court Exhibit 6. If the lawyers would please place their appearances on the record.
Christina Stifler, Alan Mizrahi, Steve Siegel on behalf of the state. James Hill, Jesse Dreiser, Jenny Nepstead, and Shannon Day on behalf of Mario Fernandez to my immediate left.
All right, thank you very much. Now, the jurors, I intend to poll them. Do you all agree?
Agreed.
They will be polled by number, Mr. Hathaway?
I'm just speeding it up because we're 1 minute behind. Yes, ma'am.
Let's bring in the jury.
Yes, bring them in. Here we go.
We'll work to the bail.
Okay. Ooh, Mario's looking
Thank you.
very nervous. I'm nervous.
The court is going to hand over the documents to the clerk, Mr. Hathaway. If you please publish the verdicts.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the defense, please rise and hearken to the jury's verdict.
In the Circuit Court of the 4th Judicial Circuit and for Duval County, Florida. Case number 16, 2023, CF 2862A, Division CRB. State of Florida versus Mario Enrique Fernandez Saldana. Verdict, count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. So say we all. Done at Jacksonville, Duval County, Florida. Signed foreperson. Dated 8/26/26. Verdict is to count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of solicitation to commit a capital felony as charged in the indictment. So say we all. Done at Jacksonville, Duval County, Florida. Signed foreperson. Dated 8/26/26.
Thank you for publishing. The defense may be seated. Please pull the jurors.
Yep.
These days I just start crying. Oh my word. Whew, they find him guilty on first-degree murder and solicitation to commit murder. Oh, Shanna's going down. She's next. She's next, you know. He looked so hopeful. He's like, okay, let's hear it. I mean, did you, maybe he was hoping for a lesser charge.
Yes, Your Honor. Juror number 4, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 9, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 23, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 29, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 37, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 39, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 40, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 50, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 51, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 62, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 63, are these your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 68, are these your true and correct verdicts?
All right, thank you, Mr. Hathaway. Members of the jury, it's not lost in this court, nor the parties, that you all have worked hard, labored, and sacrificed a great deal in order to serve your community in this way. However, I do have one final instruction to give you. I want to thank you for your time and your consideration of this case, and I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room except by court order. For many centuries, our societies relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases, and we've recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations, you're also at liberty to refuse to speak to anyone. A request to discuss either your verdict or your deliberations may come from those who are simply curious, from those who might seek to find fault with you, from the media, from the attorneys, or elsewhere. And it will be up to you to decide whether you preserve your privacy as a juror. Members of the jury, I'm going to let you know that prior to your service as a juror, this court entered an order to protect your privacy, meaning, as you know, you've only been referred to by number throughout these entire proceedings, and that protection will remain with you for 60 days post-verdict, post-trial proceedings. So I did let the alternate jurors know that, and so I'm letting you know that. And so this instruction is also meant to tell you, and I'll just tell you in just common terms, it lifts all the prior restrictions that I put on you, those communication rules that you've been abiding by from the very beginning of this case. Those are all now lifted, okay? So you can choose to do exactly what this instruction says. Preserve your privacy, but it's going to be left up to you whether you want to talk about your service or not. But regardless, let me say on both sides of the aisle, in this court, and the staff, in the clerk's office, and the court reporter, and everyone that you've interacted with, we thank you sincerely. We can't say it enough. Thank you for your time, your sacrifice, and your service. And with this court's sincere thanks, you're now excused from your service.
Shame. There was Kirsten Bridegan there. The whole family in the courtroom there. Oh my word. Like, honestly, the way he looked, he looked like a happy little dog. Like, all right, let's hear it. Oh, damn, guilty on both counts. First degree murder and solicitation to commit. And what was the last thing? If you guys missed, I made a YouTube short for you, right? During the deliberations, the jurors had two questions. Question one was they wanted to see a list, right, of all the evidence so they could just find it quicker. They needed to find it more efficiently, whatever they were looking for. Then they came back after they got a list and said, look, man, we're looking for August 24th, okay, the cross-examination testimony with Detective Chris Johns. Why? Because they wanted to see something that was shown on the projector. What was it? They wanted to see that clause in Shanna's, well, it was Shanna's trust, but she wasn't the trustee. Mario was the trustee. They wanted to see that clause about the legal entanglement, that if Shanna was no longer legally entangled with Jared Bridegan, she would become the trustee of her trust. I don't know why that would motivate Mario. I don't know what she said to get Mario to do a dirty work for her, you know what I mean, to get Hitman and all that going. But the minute that she got control of her trust, once Jared was dead, she ditched his ass. She ditched Mario like she just dropped him like a hot potato, just like, ciao, I'm out of here. Wow, she really used him. What an absolute idiot for getting involved in all of this and to be willing to do all of this. Damn. Sharon Kluter said best outcome ever, right? Trial 1 is done, everyone. 2 to go. Let's see if the judge says more. I mean, it's going to be mandatory life without parole, hey? His whole life thrown away. He's got a military background. Like, he had so many resources, like a whole life ahead of him, and he chose instead
Thank you.
to do
Please
this.
let the record reflect the jury's left the courtroom. Everyone may be seated.
He's 38 years old. 38. I mean, that's still young. He's going to spend the rest of his life in prison.
All right. Mr. Fernandez, having been found guilty by a jury of his peers as to murder in the first degree and also solicitation to commit a capital felony, he is entitled to a pre-sentence investigation report. I would order that. Is that the request?
He is entitled, Your Honor.
Right, I'm asking. He can waive it if he wants. All right. I can pass this matter over for sentencing purposes. to schedule October 5th. It's just for scheduling. It wouldn't have to occur that week. This case is passed to October 5th, and that's at 9 a.m. for sentencing to be set in courtroom 308. Thank you all very much. Court's adjourned.
Oh my word, just like that. Mario. Look at him. He's cool, guys. He's chilled. He takes it in his stride. He's a big boy. I can't believe how cool he's trying to be. Right? My goodness. Okay, there was, damn, in under 4 hours. I actually thought it could be quicker. I did think so. But then again, I mean, they had a lot to look over, a lot to consider as well. And I'm sure the jury was like, huh. Well, in that case, Shanna had more motive. She wanted control of her trust. But was Mario a little simp? And then they probably discussed his Spider-Man britches and how he's a big boy in the courtroom, how he didn't testify, and why the defense does not have to put on a case. I just think the jury is also human. If they see he's not even going to get up there, he's not even going to get up there and say, I'm innocent, I don't do anything. Okay, they can't judge him based on his right to remain silent, to not testify. Sure, but they're human. Me as a human, I'm thinking, bro, you don't even get up there. You have nothing to say. You have no way to defend yourself. You really think people are going to believe that suddenly you're giving $10,000 to Henry Tenon? Amanda Grobles says any filthy, dirty workbenches in the slammer. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Justice. Thank you so much for your 35 Rand sticker. I really appreciate it. Janet Murphy said no more swinging. Well, maybe in different context in prison. If you guys missed yesterday's lunch break or the video that I made for you that's separate, right? It's in the video section. I clipped it from there. Mario Fernandez Saldana's big plan to, get out of jail free was to pin this all on the widow, on Jared Bridegan. He said that he wants, when another inmate called Alexander, when Alexander gets out, he wants Alexander to speak to his brother and to law enforcement and the media and to tell them that Jared Bridegan killed her husband because she suspected that he was gay and looking at men in the gym. That is how petty and juvenile Mario Fernandez is. I mean, he comes across as relatively intelligent at times. I don't know. I saw a lot of people saying that. I'm like, okay, fairly well spoken, I guess, whatever. I don't want to compliment him at all. That all sounds like, that sounds too nice. Anyway, but like, what a jackass to know what he was plotting and planning in jail, which absolutely did not work out. And we did not get to hear it at his trial. Wow. Call me Goldie. Thank you for your $3 sticker, right? If you also didn't see today's jury instructions, there I also at the end of that shared with you what happened with Jared Bridegan and her phone. She stood her ground, and guess what? The defense decided to withdraw. Let me just see this document quickly that I've got here. Okay, cool. I could show it to you now. Thank you, Grizzly Cat. Let's just see. Wait, I have to quickly edit this. Let's just see what it says. Together, all together now. Is this okay? That's the court. That's the court. I just don't want to show any addresses that I'm not supposed to be showing. I have no idea. Okay, cool. This is the court address. Okay, hold on. Look at it. Defendant's notice of withdrawal of witnesses from original defense witness list. Oh, you backed off from the widow, did you, defense? That would have been ugly, hey? Come now, the defendant, Shanna Gardner, by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby gives notice that the defendant withdraws and removes the following individuals from the defendant's original witness list and does not intend to call them at trial. So they've got Jared Bridegan and AB and LB that they are not going to call at the trial. Thank goodness. Why were they even thinking to? Why are you going to go after the widow and the children? That's crazy. Sally DS22, thank you for the 70 Rand sticker. I really appreciate it. Is anyone surprised by this verdict? Anyone? You surprised? You expected it? You thought it would be quicker? Let's see what you guys voted on the poll. How long do you guess they will deliberate for to reach a verdict? 15% of you said half an hour to 2 hours. Well, you were wrong, guys. I would have probably been in that camp as well. 52% said 2 to 4 hours. You were correct. It was 3 hours and 45 minutes. 30% said 4 to 8 hours, and 3% said 8+ hours or a hung jury. I'm so glad that we do not have a hung jury, right? Oh my goodness. So we got a verdict, and it's guilty on all counts. They took one look at those checks and at that the trust and at the bank records, and they're like, huh, interesting. I'm not surprised. Okay, you guys say you're not surprised. Shame. Imagine people missing it. I hope you didn't miss it. I shared this on social media, on X, on Patreon, of course, and here, of course, you should get the notification too, right? So I guess I gotta make a trial completion certificate soon, hey? So now Mario Fernandez Saldana's trial is over. It is done on day 8. That was quick, actually. Shanna Gardner's jury selection starts on August 31st. Her actual trial, meaning the opening statement, starts on September 8th. It is scheduled to last until September 25th, and Mario has been scheduled for sentencing on October 5th. The way the judge spoke, I would write that in pencil, right? Like, I don't know about it. And it didn't sound like that's definitely happening on that day, but okay, October 5th at 9 a.m. for sentencing. Interesting. Now, let's keep an eye out as well to see what Henry Tenon does next. What is his next move? Because you know what I'm hoping for, and you do know, right? Beehive85 said, thank you, Grizzly. Thank you so much for your £20 sticker. What I'm hoping for, even though it would have been great to have Henry Tenon on the stand here in this trial. Oh, but now that he sees, oh, okay, well, damn, Mario, whoa, he's going to get L-whopped. He is going to get L-whopped. He was found so super guilty. I would like Henry Tenon to say, all right, state, you know what? Okay, give me a deal again. Even if it's not as good as the first one you gave me. Give me a deal, and I'll testify against Shanna. Oh, my word, I would just be like, do it. I really hope that that happens, right? Yeah, so Studio Tedible said, I can hardly wait for Shanna's trial. It's going to be very spicy. And there are hearings that we've never watched together. So let me know in the comments, especially below, so I can read it after the live stream. Let me know if you want to watch some of those hearings together sometime. I mean, some of them, I mean, it's like 5 hours long. I'm sure there's lunch breaks and things as well, right? Yeah, there's lunch breaks. So call it 4 hours each. We've got days worth of things to go over. But it is interesting because you will see Kim Jensen on the stand in some of the hearings. You will hear more about the texts and the funeral potatoes and the casseroles and all this stuff that Kim Jensen and Shanna spoke about. And what Henry Tenon said, and it was Shanna Gardner's bond hearing where Detective Johns testified that Henry Tenon confessed to everything, right, initially. Obviously now he's saying not guilty again. He's back to, I want to go on trial in March of 2027 is when it's scheduled for. Henry Tenon said that Mario and Shanna offered him $150,000 and that the plan would be to start his pellet business. That was a plan. That is what Mario said they would do. That they would give him multiple payments, according to Henry Tenon, which he did. He got 3 checks and some cash, and that he'd have shares. He'd be like an investor in this pellet company. So that is what Henry Tenon said then. That is where the $150,000 comes from. It's also in documents, but I was just thinking, where did I hear that again? And when I re-listened to Shanna Gardner's bond hearing, which, if you want to hear it with me, well, we'll do that together sometime, right? We'll do it before her trial. I just want to see what you guys vote. I'm not going to do it if no one's interested. If you're not going to watch my shit, I'm not going to do it, okay? But if you want to, then let me know. Yeah, Rose says, Tenon, beg for another deal. Please beg for another deal. That would be amazing. Yes, get on the stand and say everything against. I want Shanna Gardner to go down because, of course, it's Jared Bridegan. It was her ex-husband. She's the one who had all that hate towards him. She's the one, yes, Mario did it. I mean, he's a complete simp, but like she's the one who wanted him to do it. She's the one who was looking for a hitman for a long time. She had even asked at a tattoo parlor if anyone knew anyone who could, kill someone. And they're like, what the hell? So that also came up in all these hearings and things. So let me know. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching all of that with me. That was wild. Let's just quickly see. I just want to see if there's anything happening. I don't know if they're going to have like a press conference or something now. If they do, I'll link it for you because I don't think so. I think they might just wait for their hat trick of LWOPs, eh? That would be great. Okay, yeah, no, they've ended the stream. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this trial with me, for joining me for this verdict, which I'm going to have to rewatch right now. Are we all going to be on replay, crew? I think so. Laura said, thank you, Grizzly. Thank God. Congratulations. Thank you so much for your $50 sticker. Damn. Thank you so much for your support and supporting the no ads approach that I have on this channel for as long as I can. I don't know if I could do it forever, but for as long as I can and as long as I have support, I'm doing it. So justice for Jared Bridegan has been served. Not fully yet. We're waiting for Shanna Gardner to go down and then Henry Tenon. All right. Thank you, mods, for all the hard work as well. The mods have been here for hours and hours. Thank you, Grizzly Cat, for all the documents and files and everything. And I will see you all very soon. Of course, we've got lots to talk about. Yes, the horse case. There's a case that everyone's asking me to talk about. We will talk about that soon. We will watch Shanna Gardner's hearings if you want me to. Say it in the comments. And yeah, we've got lots of updates to discuss soon. Okay, bye, everyone.